Now, another solution, engineering mechanics, problem set 2.3, solution to 2.27. What we are basically doing in problem set 2.3 is we are considering cases of equilibrium when there are concurrent forces, means forces passing through the same point and forces lying in the same plane. So we just discussed solution 2.26 in the previous video, now 2.27. What axial force does the vertical load P? This is a vertical load P, vertical hanging downward. Load P. P is nothing but its weight due to gravity acting downward, and it is represented as P. Induce in the members of the system shown in figure. And what are the members of the system? The system consists of a string, a flexible string, and this is a massless rod AB. Make the same idealizing assumptions as in problem 2.26. In 2.26, the assumptions was the rod was massless and the string was flexible. So let us go quickly, very simple. BC is a string, therefore the axial force S1 that will develop in the string will be away from the junction, the joint B, towards this side. Let it be S1. Now again, AB is a rod, massless rod, so due to the load P, this rod will be compressed. If you apply transmission of the forces along the rod, the compression force S2 developed in the rod will be towards the joint B, to this side, and let it be S2, and that's all. This angle is alpha. So apply Lami's theorem for the equilibrium of concurrent forces in a plane. This S1, this S2 and the load P, they are lying in the plane of the paper and they are concurrent because they are passing through the same point B. So at point B, I have drawn the free body diagram for you. This is the point B. Okay, this is your H1, the tension force in the string. This is your force of compression developed in the rod due to the load P. This is your load P. So this angle is equal to 90 degree. So, and this angle is equal to your 180 minus alpha. And this angle is equal to 90 degree plus alpha. Just apply Lami's theorem. Therefore, P over sine 90 plus alpha will be equal to S1 over sine 180 minus alpha will be S2 over sine 90. So, you consider these two first. Cross multiplied and find the value of S1. Then consider this equal to this and cross multiply to find your compression force S2. No need of a scientific calculator. So just by so P over sine 90 plus alpha is S1 over sine 180 minus alpha. So cross multiply S1 is sine 180 minus alpha over sine 90 plus alpha. And how much is sine 180 minus alpha? It's sine alpha. Simple trigonometry. Sine 90 plus alpha is cos alpha. Sine alpha over cos alpha is tangent alpha. So P tangent alpha is your tension force developed in the string BC. Now again, if you take P sine 90 plus alpha is equal to S2 over sine 90 and cross multiply, you get S2 is sine 90 over sine 90 plus alpha times P. Sine 90 is 1. Sine 90 plus alpha is cos alpha. So 1 over cos alpha, that is equal to secant alpha. So P times secant alpha is your S2, that is the compression force developed in the massless rod which is supporting the load P and the string BC.